today we're going to be talking about which Michael Myers was the most brutal out of all of the portrayals. To me, this boils down to two different ones in particular, and this is the David Gordon Green version of Michael Myers and Rob Zombie's version. You know, this isn't the best Michael Myers version, this is just like the most brutal version, and so just having that, I don't know whether this is a popular two people to narrow it down to, or whether people have like a completely different two options. I think regardless of the films, Rob Zombie's Michael Myers has to be in there in all the conversations, just because he is like a bear in those films. He's so violent, so aggressive in all of his kills. And then David Gordon Green I also find very brutal, but just in like almost the complete opposite way. Like it's more his mannerisms and how he does things. A scene that stands out to me, especially when thinking about a brutal Michael Myers, is the scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 with Octavia Spencer. You know, when they're in that hospital, that scene is horrifying. Like, that version of Michael Myers is so angry, like you hear him basically growling as he's killing her. And of course in the Rob Zombies we also have both of the Annie Brackett attacks. Now she got absolutely decimated by him, and to me the attack in the second film when it does unfortunately kill her, that to me, and that whole kind of like scene with Sheriff Brackett, I think that's one of the most powerful scenes in probably the entire of Rob Zombie's two films. You know, it's a horrible situation, but it's just acted so well. Going back to David Gordon Green's version though, I think it's still brutal and equally as brutal, but it's just brutal in a different way. You know, Michael is almost the complete opposite. He's very slow and calculated in his movements. You know, it's very brutal, but it's almost worse because of how slow he's doing it. In particular, Cameron's death and then the lady at the start of Kills when she gets the light in her throat. They were both just completely toyed with at Michael's pace. Unlike Zombies Michael, David Gordon Green's, he doesn't growl, he doesn't charge. He's just very stealthy, silent and slow and very calculated. But yeah, out of the two, I think just going for most brutal, I think for me it has to be Rob Zombie's. I do find it like a hard decision to make, but then also like when I just put them together, I think the one I'd least like to run into would be Rob Zombie's, just because of how angry he is. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know which you think is the most brutal portrayal and why. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.